What's up, guys? User friendly here. I wanted to talk to you guys about uh, what I'm doing for Rylakstalkers. Um, my GM politely asked me to stop using Soulforge Embers uh, on our progression, since Rylakstalkers is pretty reliably the best for single targets. Um, it doesn't have any. In a perfect world, if you could nail Soulforge Embers every time, it's going to be. I know for my gear, it sims slightly better, but for single target, it's reliable. It's you can't miss as long as you know you're casting Bestial Wrath. You're gonna win. So I made myself some crit haste Rylakstalkers. I have some shoulders that I picked up from the vault a couple weeks ago. They're awful itemization, but shoulders are very hard to come by. Is one of the reasons Soulforge Embers is so great because the only pair of shoulders, the literal only pair of shoulders that drop in all of Castle Nathria are off of Sire. There is one pair of shoulders. If you scroll through the loot window, head, neck, shoulders, one pair from Sire, and they're the same trash itemization that the ones that I'm wearing are, with the stats flipped. I mean, they look cool as crap, but they're awful. So getting a pair out of your box is a good plan if you can keep an eye out for it. My guild is saving our lockout so we can work on progression, but you want to get at least two mythic 15s in, get a chance at some better loot. But yeah, that being said, I want to show you guys what I'm changing. First of all, you can see I've swapped over to crit on all my enchants and gems and my scope. I'm still playing Soulforge Embers in Mythic Plus, and that suffers a little bit without a haste build. But crit is obviously going to be king when it comes to Rylakstalkers. I don't think it's not viable enough yet to go with one with the pack for the barb shots, but I imagine it will be eventually. But as it stands, the crit damage is crits increase your chance of one with the, or wild calls proccing new barb shots. It increases your straight up damage. It reduces or increases the uptime on Bestial Wrath because you're critting more often and getting more wild call procs. Um, and since Rylakstalkers ups the damage while Bestial Wrath is active, it makes sense that you want to have as much uh, Bestial Wrath uptime. And the more you crit during Bestial Wrath, is better because all the all Rylakstalkers is doing is increasing your pet's critical damage while dealt in there by 35%. Um, that being said, sim wise, both Killer Cobra and Bloodshed increase the damage or sim better while using Rylakstalkers and Aspect of the Beast. I mean, Aspect of the Beast is great. It might still be better in Mythic Plus, even if you are using Rylakstalkers, which I mean, I'm not. I go back to Soulforge Embers. Um, but Aspect of the Beast, Pet's abilities. I don't know if this scales with the Beast Cleave buff or whatnot, but I think for Pack's Aspect of the Beast is still going to sim better. Killer Cobra is 100% single target focused. But you do need to use either one of these when it comes to, or I like Stalkers. Bloodshed sims a little bit better, and if you're really good at using it properly, it's probably better. But Killer Cobra is going to get you a lot more reliability, and it's only a slight change to your rotation in Bestial Wrath, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but I will show you what I have done to get used to it. The first thing that I've done is I made sure that my flare WeakAura which isn't loaded now, only loads when I am wearing legendary shoulders. You can't put the specific legendary shoulders, so if you're, I don't know, you're for some reason using the marksmanship legendary shoulders, it'll also pop up, but this is safe now for overlap. So when I switch to Rylakstalkers, my flare WeakAura doesn't pop up. So you don't get confused. You're not trying to throw flares when you don't have Soulforge Embers increased. Um, The other thing that I have done, and I will show you guys here real quick. Let's see here. Show me the loadeds. Don't show me the unloadeds. I have 2 Bestial Wrath WeakAuras up right now. This is my Cobra Shot Bestial Wrath up. This only loads when I have Killer Cobra selected. If I don't have Killer Cobra selected, it won't load. I'll show you that. Now that I don't have Killer Cobra selected, it's just my regular Bestial Wrath up. I have this one set so it only loads when I have Aspect of the Beast up, or Sound Talented. So when I switch over to Killer Cobra, it loads that other WeakAura, and this one glows. The logic behind that for me is, since I also added a WeakAura for Kill Command being available, before I didn't bother with a Kill Command WeakAura, because it's normally pretty obvious when Kill Command is, you know, available or not available, but I have it anyways. I didn't hook that up to anything. I suppose I could have this loaded up for just when Killer Cobra is selected, but the logic here is when Bestial Wrath is up and I have Killer Cobra, it flashes at me to let me know that my rotation needs to change, because every time you throw Cobra Shot, you need to throw a Killer Cobra or a Kill Command in after it. You also need to be aware to keep your stacks up. It's also a good idea to try to squeeze that last Cobra Shot in, even if you're not going to be able to throw the Kill Command right away. If you can throw that one last Cobra Shot right at the end of the Kill Command window or the Bestial Wrath window, it's in your best interest to, because it will reset your Kill Command. So that's what I'm doing. It's nothing too fancy. It took some getting used to for me, mostly because the fact that I had to. The first time I did it was on, you know, Sledge Fist Mythic Progression Night. So yeah, it's also, should be noted, me personally, I think this is what's best going on. I have Dreamweaver popped up right now because I like the Somnambulous movement speed, but Naya is my single target Soulbind at the moment, and I do have Bloodletting in there. This is my progression Soulbind. Bloodletting does sim the best for me in my gear right now. Mostly because I think it's probably going to hold true for most Rylakstalkers. I see a lot of people running with one with the Beast, which may be great, especially if you know, have it hit at 226 like I did. Yay! But single target, that's probably what you're going with. It's convenient right now since for Mythic Plus I swap over to Corrin for Spirit Attunement and for First Strike. Wild Hunt Tactics is great too. It works a lot better for the up and the down. It also works a lot better with Soulforge Embers, since you can do the you can do what I do when you have Soulforge Embers here. Swap you guys on and show you real quick. This is something that I do in Mythic Plus. I always start if I'm opening with Wild Spirits is available, I'll open with Wild Spirits, because the extra damage, you want to get as much of it in during your first strike window as possible. But if you don't have Wild Spirits available, you can always throw your trap and throw your flare before you start attacking, and then get your wild, or your buff, your first strike buff. It's tough. I don't know exactly what the numbers are these days, especially since you have that Bestial Wrath buff. I would imagine it's probably in your best interests to throw 2 barb shots, then a Bestial Wrath, and then throw a multi-shot right afterwards, and waste the last second or two of that first strike crit buff to get your pet AoEing, because Bestial Wrath is up to 90% damage now, which is just it's nice, and it's even more important after you have opened up with first strike, and you got your 2 barb shots to get your pet, the frenzy stacks going on there, so that I don't know how much your attack speed increased by 30%. So at that point, you're looking at 60%. After you've barb shot, Beast Your Wrath, get the cleave going, and then throw that 3rd barb shot. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing. It takes a little bit getting used to back into the rotation, depending on what you're doing for your content. If you're single target, if you're Mythic plus AOE, but it's nice that the Soulbinds can work the way they're working at the moment. So you can have Naya as your single target, Corrin as your Mythic plus, and call it a day. You can have your Dreamweaver as your backup. Like I said, I'm using Dreamweaver right now just because I want the extra run speed. I like the change in animation and run speed that you get when you get to a certain speed, which is I call it the Naruto run, which isn't 100% accurate, but when I put on my Rune Blade of Baron Rivendare, which increases my movement speed by 10%. I forget what the number is. I think it's 165 or so that you need to get to with your run speed to get the buff, or to get the change in animation. But if you guys see in about 30 seconds here, Somnambulist will kick in, and I will have even faster. Now I'm up to, what is it, 1 movement speed? Where you at? 187. Even if I take off my weapon and put my bow back on, I still have the different run animation. So, but yeah, that's what's going on, guys. Any questions or tell me I'm wrong, let me know, and we'll go from there. And thanks for watching.